Well, since most people think that Poppy is the creepiest thing on YouTube, how about a dead body? Yeah. Let's go back a bit. Nearly 2 years ago, on July 12th, 2015, a YouTube channel called Robert Helpmann was created. It uploaded 12 videos all on the same day, and all were uploaded within the space of an hour, according to the YouTube data viewer. All these videos are in black and white, they have music or audio set in reverse for each upload, and each one contains what is believed to be a dead body called Daisy, who arrives in the first video and then leaves in the last one. The name Daisy appears in every single video title, description, and even the tags for each of them. No one seems to know 100% what was happening during these videos, and there has never been any updates since. However, I think I have an idea of what this is and the possible meaning behind it. Before we go on, you guys might want to watch these 12 videos before watching this theory, but if you do, I will warn you, they give off a pretty eerie vibe, and that's coming from me, so it's down to you whether or not you want to watch them or not. Anyway, on to the theory. So, the first thing I'm going to address is no, I don't think this is real. Many people have pointed out that the body wouldn't look like that if it was wrapped in all those bin bags. Also, I don't think a person who murdered someone would go through this much trouble just to create a YouTube channel about it. There's more evidence about this channel that you can find on many Reddit pages if you go searching. I'll actually link them in the description if you want. So just to be clear, I'm pretty sure this isn't real. But that still raises the question as to why the creator made these videos in the first place. Well, let's take a look. So we can assume this is supposed to be a dead body, as there are a few things that hint heavily towards this. For example, the poem that appears within the videos. Yeah, throughout the videos, about halfway through, a picture flashes up with a couple of letters jumbled around. However, if you overlap each one of these from each video, we see that it actually creates a poem called The Gay Lady that was written during the 1700s. It's about a woman who comes across a dead body at church. She asks if this is what she will be like when she is dead to the parson at the church, and he replies with, yeah, pretty much. At the end of the poem, it says a woman's scream can be heard, implying that the parson possibly killed the woman. To me, this poem is hinting to us that this is supposed to be a dead body, and most likely a female. Also, the body is referred to as Daisy, which I think is a short term for pushing daisies, which is actually a euphemism for being dead. They even show the flower Daisy as the icon for the channel. This leads me to believe this person wasn't actually called Daisy when she was alive, it's just what the killer has decided to call her. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention there's a killer in this? Yeah, every few videos we see a guy in a mask who seems to be carrying a knife around, and in one of the videos we actually see him stabbing Daisy, even though she's already dead. But yet in another video you see him feeding Daisy and nurturing her, which also makes no sense because she's already dead. And that's not all, there seems to be more characters in this story too. If we pay close attention to the description, whoever is typing, they never say I or me. They always use words such as we or our. Even in the first video it says, we're all delighted she's here, hinting that it's more than just this masked man keeping an eye on Daisy. Also, while the body appears to be lifeless, the spirit of the body still seems to be possessing it. We see in the first video Daisy arrives as she appears on the couch out of nowhere, as if to say she did that herself. Plus, throughout these videos we see objects near Daisy being moved or suddenly appearing out of nowhere. For example, in the video titled Daisy Feeds the Birds, we see what looks like a key appear next to her about halfway through the video. Or how about in Daisy Plays Hide and Seek, we see this object facing a completely different way about halfway through the video. And in the final video, Daisy somehow opens the door and leaves the house. Even in the description, they talk about how they can't believe Daisy has left them, hinting that no one had moved her. And one final piece of evidence that helps prove this body inhabits a spirit of sorts is in the video Daisy Tumbles, where in the description it tells us she fell down the stairs. And in the video, you can actually hear her crying. So now that we've got all the information about the body, let's talk about the channel name, Robert Helpmann, which is actually the name of an Australian dancer slash actor. Now, you might be thinking this could be any Robert Helpmann, why would it be this guy? But actually, this channel has an extra letter N at the end of the name, which is just how Robert Helpmann spelt his name. When he was younger, he used to be called Robert Helpmann with one N, but then later in life, he changed his last name by adding an extra letter, so that his full name wouldn't consist of 13 letters. The idea came from one of his friends who was rather superstitious in that area. But out of all actors, why Robert Helpmann? Well, at first I thought it had something to do with his history of acting, as he played a lot of villains over the course of his career, including the Devil, in which he played it over 4 times. And even one of his friends quoted he could look into the face of the Devil himself and laugh.
And he could have looked into the face of the Devil himself and laughed.
But then I came across his most iconic role known in the UK and America. It comes from the musical Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, where he played the infamous child catcher. This particular role actually relates to this channel a lot more than you'd think. The theme of this channel is rather childlike when you think about it. One of the videos is about playing hide and seek. Another one is about being tucked in at night. And one even talks about Daisy playing on the old swing set. And how about when Daisy falls down the stairs, in the description it says they'll kiss it better, just like a mother or father would do when their child is injured. Also in the description for the video Daisy helps out in the kitchen, it says scrumptious meals aplenty. Scrumptious is a very interesting word to use, considering that in the musical there was an entire family called Scrumptious who play a huge part in the movie. The final piece of evidence that relates this movie to Robert Helpmann's YouTube channel is that this is a Christmas movie. It's a film that is played every year at Christmas time, and it's become one of those movies that a lot of people sit down and watch over and over around that season. You're probably thinking, why is Christmas relevant to this channel? It's because that's exactly what Daisy represents. Christmas. Isn't it weird how there are only 12 videos uploaded to the channel? The first one has Daisy arriving, and in the description everyone seems so excited to see her, but yet in the last video she leaves, and in the description everyone's devastated that she's gone. Even at the end of the video you see a final shot of the masked man at the door who looks really angry. This channel is a representation of the 12 days of Christmas. And the evidence doesn't stop there to support this theory. Notice how we hear a lot of strange sounds throughout these videos. It turns out these are all audio/music tracks set in reverse. The one that is played the most throughout all videos is called Santa Claus Hides in Your Phonograph.
Hello, little folks. Do you know who I am? You've heard of me often. Some say I'm a sham.
Basically, this creepy little recording was supposed to be a gift for children in the 1920s, as it had Santa Claus speaking to them and saying that he's hiding in the phonograph because he didn't want to scare them, and he's covered in soot from climbing down all the chimneys. However, while the voice might have been well received back then, it's certainly pretty creepy these days. This track was played throughout most of the videos on Robert Helpmann's channel, including the first and final video. At the start of the first video, there is nothing but silence, but the second Daisy arrives, the music from this record starts playing. And in the final video, the exact same music is playing at the start with Daisy while she lies on the floor, but the second she disappears off screen, the music stops. I think this was hinting that Daisy, this dead body, represents this Christmas record, or taking it that one step further, she represents Christmas as a whole. I think what the creator of this channel is trying to tell us is that Christmas is dead, and it has been for a while. Not profit-wise, obviously, for companies, but the holiday itself. Christmas has become the same recycled event each year. We have the same decorations, we watch the same Christmas movies, sing the same carols, listen to the same songs, or better yet, we have new artists singing the same songs. The creator of this channel is basically telling us Christmas is like a decaying body that we invite into our house for 12 days each year. And while it's there, we abuse it, and we use it to our advantage. Some people go overboard on spending money, and they use the excuse it's Christmas. Some people try to get out of paying bills because it's Christmas. Trust me, I used to work in retail, people actually do that. We also drink and eat more, and our excuse is because it's Christmas. And with all those colourful decorations, lollipops, presents, Christmas carols, Santa, elves, magic, Christmas is without a doubt the ultimate child catcher. Anyway guys, that's my theory. Hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like or subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, or even follow me on Twitter if you want to. So it's up to you. But yeah, this theory, I kind of had like several different endings to it. That's why it took so long, because I kept changing the outcome. And yeah, it was only just recently before I discovered that it's the 12 days of Christmas it could be. I had many other different ideas of what it could have possibly meant, but I always had Christmas in mind until I eventually came up with this one, and I feel like it's a satisfying video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope maybe you like the theory, or maybe you have your own. Feel free to leave them in the comments. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. Stay safe, and don't pull a Pickard.